Hi, it is July 1st. I love the month of July. Actually, I love every month because this is the month in which we celebrate this great land of ours, United States of America. So, I have been questioning and wondering how I should start these videos. I probably should start with my name because I can't assume that everybody's going to know who I am. Hopefully, other people will run across these and who don't want me to share. So, should I say, hi, I'm Lisa Taylor. Hi, I'm Lisa Cornea Taylor. Hi, this is Dr. Lisa Cornea Taylor. Hi, this is Dr. Lisa Taylor. So, I'll be honest, I've been struggling with the idea of whether to put that doctor title in front of my name as I share these videos. I would like some of your feedback to see what you think, but let me share some of my thoughts in the matter. So the other day I went with my daughter to the doctor, and the doctor just said, hi, I think her name was Larissa, something like that. And I didn't know immediately if she was the doctor or not. So part of me was like, well, that's cool. She's just showing me that she's just like everybody else. This is just her job. Yes, Vanessa, I am a doctor. I have a double doctorate in educational leadership and curriculum instruction. Yes, and I'm still a school teacher. A little bit overqualified, but yes. Anyway, so my first reaction when we went to the doctor was that, wow, she's just like me. She's not trying to be better than I am or whatever. But then on the other hand, I didn't know if she was a nurse, a receptionist, a lab technician, or the doctor. And so part of me was like, oh, okay, so she's the doctor. So I've been wondering, I don't want people to think, this is interesting that I would think this way, that by me putting my doctor title out there, that they would think I'm better than them, or no, rewind, or that I think that I am better than them. Which is not what I want to do at all. But on the other hand, will I gain more credibility? Will my videos be shared more? Will people believe what I say if I use that title? So I don't know what to do. I'm not quite sure. And so anyway, those of you who are my friends and family and neighbors, I'd love to hear your feedback with what you think I should do. I'm really working hard to try to be out there. I have this goal, this dream, to become a public speaker and an author to help people finding happiness in themselves. And so, anyway, you guys are my initial groups of people just starting out on this journey. So, as I was processing this idea of what I should call myself for these videos, I was thinking that perhaps the problem isn't necessarily me. It's that I'm afraid of how I'm going to be perceived. And I guess that is a natural fear that we all have. How are we going to be perceived by others, and what will happen if they perceive us one way over another? Kind of an interesting concept to think about. And I think it shapes our daily behavior, our daily words, our daily actions. It shapes what we put on our houses, the color of paint we put on our houses, the clothes we wear, the haircut we have. All those things we are self-consciously thinking about our perception out there to the world. So in this month of celebrating our country, I was thinking about something in that we talk about frequently, is in our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, those kinds of things. And so this morning I was looking up this word of what inalienable rights are. Okay? I don't know that I've ever had a teacher or a conversation with anyone about what inalienable means. What is inalienable? So, being the English geek type person I am, of course I go to the dictionary. So this is what I found out. It says, inalienable and often it's used with the word rights. Almost always do we use those two words together, not the word inalienable by itself. Okay? So inalienable rights are those rights, according to the dictionary, that could not be surrendered by citizens to a sovereign. So they are the things, our natural rights that are given to us simply by being alive and by being human. They're independent of the law. And then it says in the dictionary, it says, if a law tries to stop one of our inalienable rights, the law is automatically invalid. So even if that law passes, it is we can't use it. Even if the government says they can't pass a law, if we proclaim this is one of our inalienable rights, then they can't make a law to thwart that unless they change our Constitution, which we can't do without amendments and ratifications and voting by the people. So, as I was looking then, once I had this greater and deeper understanding of inalienable, what does my Constitution say my inalienable rights are as a citizen of the United States of America? Well, we've heard it over and over again. It says, and I have it written down, even though I know it in my head, just to make sure that I do it right, that we have the right of liberty and the rights. And it says then that the governments in our Constitution, Bill of Rights, it says the governments are made to secure those rights. So why we have government is simply to secure those things that we have simply by being born, by being alive. Okay? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, in my quest to help others, I guess my quest is helping others find a way to be happy. The right of the pursuit of happiness. And the thing is that we cannot tell anyone else what their pursuit should be. We can't. Even our children, our spouses, our friends, our neighbors, our enemies, our bosses, the people that drive us nutso, we cannot determine what their own pursuit of happiness looks like. And we get caught up in that, and that's hard because we feel like maybe we know and that maybe somebody should change. So I'm writing this fine line of wanting to help people with their own individual pursuit of happiness without telling them how to pursue happiness. Because I can't do that. I can't do that. We all have our own way. Maybe right now that is where our nation is in an uproar over. Is we are fighting for the right to pursue happiness in our own way, without being told what that happiness is and what it isn't. And in that process, we are angry. We are standing up that in the past, our liberties, which is another inalienable right, our liberties have not always been respected. In fact, often they have been taken away. And that isn't just in our country, but it's in the history of every culture around the world. That we as human beings, for whatever reason, feel like we have to take away the liberty of somebody else. Why we do that is part of that pursuit of happiness. So, and then of course we have the right to life. Well, we can talk about what that means. The right to live our life the way we want, maybe. So in America, I love that we are this land of the free and the home of the brave. And I think sometimes being brave means that we live our lives authentically. We live our lives of who we are. Not trying to be what we think other people think us to be and changing our behaviors to meet what other people want us to be. And just to be authentic, to be truly who we are. That is what life is, maybe. So, what are we? Well, I don't know about you guys, but this idea of living authentically and living truly and having the freedom, internal freedom, to do that is one of the greatest challenges of my life. The greatest challenge to be real, to be true to me and to what my beliefs are. And to not care so much necessarily about what other people think while caring about what other people think. Because I have to get along in this world and in this society. So what does that mean? How do I do that? I don't know. Well, yeah, I do. I have some ideas, and that's what I want to share. Okay? So, I think that the solution to all of this anger and hatred and evil looks that we're giving to people who are masking or who aren't masking or who are doing whatever, is that maybe we simply should accept that somebody's different than us. Not question or judge. Simply look at them and say, okay, they have their reasons. I have mine. Can we just go with that? If you haven't watched my video about John, it's on here on my Facebook page. I hope that you do and find it. I'm going to try to get that organized better. It's on my Mystical Rhinos page as well, and hopefully my YouTube channel will be up in a day or two. But I want you to listen to John's story and see how his environment and life created who he was. And maybe we need to be a little bit careful about people who are doing not so great things, but why. So that's my thoughts for today. In this great day, in this great land of the free. I am free because I have the right to my own life, to live it how I deem is right. We could talk about those. Sorry, turn off the phone. My right to worship or not the way I want. My right to live where I want. The right to look like I look. The right to be what I am. Whether or not that is socially acceptable or not. I have the right to life. I have the right to liberty. I have the right of freedoms to choose, and I am really, really, really worried right now that those little freedoms in our nation that we have treasured and held up for so long are being squashed. Little by little, I'm worried about that. And then the pursuit of happiness. So that means that if I'm a little bit weird, that I have that right to be. And who's to say what weird is and weird isn't? In fact, why not be weird? So, on that note, for the last 28 years or so, I have been wearing Birkenstock shoes. Okay? Hippie shoes is what a lot of people have called them in my life. And a lot of people for many, many years looked at the shoes that I wore and like, oh, yeah, people who wear Birkenstocks, you know, what kind of people are they? Especially if they wear socks with them. And they called me weird for wearing them. And I had my reasons. I had my reasons for wearing them and why I almost wear them almost exclusively. But then all of a sudden, wow, a year ago or so, all of a sudden, my students started saying, oh, Doc, that's what they call me. Doc, you have the coolest shoes. All of a sudden, wearing Birkenstocks became cool. So for what was weird for 28 plus years, now is really, really cool. And the kids are always asking me where I get my Birks. And I'm like, well, I've had some of these for 80 bazillion years. Really? Oh my gosh. Anyway, But it wasn't that long ago before some of you who are out there told me I was weird for wearing those. So here I am, July 1st, the week of independence. And I am here to help all of us start thinking about how we can live our life authentically. That it's okay to be weird. Be you. You be you. Because our inalienable rights, that our governments are formed in order to help us uphold the right of life in our terms, as long as we're not hurting others. Liberty, the freedom to do it the way we want to do it. And the pursuit of happiness. Wear your Birks. Wear your mismatched earrings. Be a fat lady who wears leggings when other people think that you shouldn't. Do you. Signing out. Should I be Lisa Taylor? Lisa Cornea Taylor? Dr. Taylor? I'd love to hear your feedback.